Welcome to the Aaron L Show. We're still at work, driving back to get off. But what we're gonna talk about right here is we're gonna talk about the presidential election, but majority I'm gonna talk about Donald Trump, and I'm gonna talk about Donald Trump border policies that he's planning to put in place when he becomes president. And that's what we're gonna talk about because like I said, I'm still at work, but I've been working in the Napa Valley area. So today I delivered to probably about 4 wineries. And if anybody know the wineries or know about wineries and stuff like that, they're right at the point where they're about to harvest. So this is a major time for the Napa Valley area, Napa, Sonoma, Yountville, all these towns over here that surround the Napa Valley wineries. It's a real big time of the year because they're about to get ready to harvest the grapes to produce wine. So the reason why I wanted to get this live on is because I was just, I'm a Donald Trump supporter. I'm pretty sure anybody that's subscribed to my channel, they know that. And the reason why I wanted to get on this live is, like I said, I've been working in the Napa Valley area today, which is a lot of cities in this Napa Valley area. Like I just said before, you got Napa, Sonoma, St. Helena, Yountville, and you got a lot of towns around here. But, like I said before, they're about to harvest. But the reason why I want to talk about Donald Trump border policies is because I was talking to a lady it was a lady that's from out here. I was doing a delivery, and she manages a winery. So basically, she manages a winery, and I kind of threw it out there at her. I said, who you voting for? And I thought she was gonna say Trump, and I'm being biased, I guess, because she was white. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, who you voting for, Trump? And she was like, absolutely not. So I guess she's voting Kamala Harris. Now, I will say that Kamala Harris is probably getting that vote because she's a woman, and the lady probably like her policies. But the reason why I wanted to talk about Donald Trump border policies is because I was talking to the lady, and we was talking about, that it was time, in the Napa Valley area, they're about to harvest the grapes for the wine. So, all the vineyards you're going by, the grape trees are full. You can see a whole bunch of the grape trees. They're all full. In Napa, they're getting ready to harvest. If anybody know about Napa, California, right now is the time of the year when they're getting ready to harvest their grapes. So I was talking to the lady, and, we were just talking about, Donald Trump and the presidency and why she's not voting for Trump. And, she's not voting for Trump. And I said, the crazy part is that, I respect Trump, but his border policies is kind of tough. And she said, yeah, his border policies is tough. And I said, but how will Trump, because I told her, I said that, the Latino community, they cemented themselves in California and all over the United States, with their hard work and their labor. And I told her, I said, if Trump was able to do what he wanted to do, he'll get a whole bunch of these Latinos out of California, out of Texas, out of Arizona. But the whole thing is that she said if Donald Trump were to get the Latino community out of Napa and these surrounding cities, the wine industry would collapse because, the whole economy in Napa would collapse because, she said that who do you think are picking these grapes so that the wine companies can produce the wine? She said it's the Latinos that are in the fields picking these grapes and doing all this hard manual labor, which supports a lot of industries that a lot of us enjoy. Because I know a lot of y'all would not enjoy it if you go to your local grocery store and you go in there to get some wine and it ain't none on the shelf. You go to your local liquor place where you get your wine and liquor from, and there's no wine nowhere in the building because Donald Trump done made all the Latinos leave, and they don't have nobody to harvest those grapes. So it's like you have to really understand that a lot of people are for blocking off the border like Donald Trump wants to push, but at the same time, the Latino community, they do a lot of the labor work that a lot of us do not want to do when it comes down to it. They make good money doing their work, but at the same time, it's a lot of people that do not want to do a lot of this labor work that these Latinos do. And I was surprised because doing my deliveries all through Napa, St. Helena, Yountville, it's nothing but just vineyards full of just grape trees everywhere. And they getting ready to harvest. So who's going to go out there? She said that they don't harvest in the daytime. They're going to be out there at night, and they got big lights. And she said the knives that they use are really sharp, and they cut the grapes real quick, and there's not a lot of people that know how to do that. So it's just like, at the same time, it's like, I understand Trump with the Border Patrol, and, he wanted to, get a lot of these Latinos out of here. But at the same time, how are you going to do that when there's so many industries depend on it? So many industries depend on them. So, yeah, FBI bot, I need your one. Yeah, but, like I say, man, I got my moderator on there, man, so y'all be careful, man. FBI bot definitely going to get with you. But like I say, so it's kind of tough for these wineries out here in Napa Valley. If Donald Trump implements the rules that he wants to implement, then, a lot of these Latinos are not going to be around because Donald Trump do not want them out here. So it's like, what do these big industries do? Because, y'all know, just like I know, the wine industry by itself is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Multi-billion-dollar industry. So at the same time, what is the wine industry going to do if Donald Trump starts to block the border off? And I understand what he's trying to do, but at the same time, you have to realize that these Latinos do a lot of the critical work that none of us want to do. None of us want to do that work. None of us want to do that work. None of y'all would nowhere near go to these fields and start picking these grapes for whatever the price they're paying the Latino community to pick these grapes. Y'all know y'all not going to do that. I'm leaving the Napa Valley area right now. And the wine industry is so many vineyards out here that it's unbelievable. And then if you look at how many vineyards is out here, and then you say, man, you need people to go out there and pick all those grapes off all those trees, that's a lot of work. That is a whole lot of work. And this is the stuff that the Latino community is doing. Shout out to Gilroy, California, Salinas, California. These Latinos, man, they out there working hard. So I don't understand. I feel where Donald Trump is coming from because there's a lot of them over here also doing illegal activity and stuff like that. And like I said, it's Trump 2024, man. I'm voting Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. But it was an eye-opener. Right now, I'm passing the vineyards now, and I'll show y'all. These are the vineyards here. These are the Napa Valley vineyards right there. These Latinos, they're out here picking this. I'm in Napa Valley right now. Napa Valley right now. These are the vineyards. These are all the vineyards out here that the Latino community is going to be picking. Right here. All this right here, man. They need people that's going to get out here and pull this. You see all them wine trees? They're about to get ready to harvest all of this. All of this is about to harvest. And they need the Latino community to come out here and pick this, man. These are all the vineyards out here in Napa Valley. And the Latino community has got to pick this. So what are these big companies going to do if Donald Trump takes the Latino community out of here? Who's going to go out here and pick all of this, man? Look at all this. That's a lot of work that needs to be done. You can't sit and tell me one of y'all are going to come out here. Look at all this on both sides, man. Both sides. This is both sides. Y'all going to come out here and walk through all of those fields and pick all of those grapes for probably $12 an hour in 100-degree weather. Look at that. Y'all going to pick all that. Y'all going to get out there and pick all those grapes for these wine companies in 100-degree weather for $12 an hour. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, what this chat is about is I was just surprised because, like I said, I'm a Donald Trump supporter, and I was just like I said, I'm working out here today, and I didn't really realize that grapes was getting ready to harvest. It's grape season. You know, if you're a wine drinker, this is the time of the year when the best wine comes out. I'm not a grape drinker, so I don't. I mean, I'm not a very much of a wine drinker, so I didn't know that. But you know, we were talking about politics, and I thought, you know, now I'm being a little biased, but I thought because the lady that I was talking to was white, she was going to vote for Donald Trump. You know, and I said, who you like this year, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? She was like, oh no, I'm not voting for Trump. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised. You know, and she really didn't say nothing about his border policies. I brought it up. And I was like, man, since I've been out here today, I've been noticing it's just a lot of Latinos, you know, working in the vineyards. She said, oh yeah, it's the only Latinos work the vineyards. And she was like, if Donald Trump was to block the border off, the wine industry would collapse. So it just like, it kind of surprised me, like, what are we going to do, you know, to kind of keep the wine industry afloat if Donald Trump were to block that border off and build that wall? You know, if he was to build that wall, what are we going to do? You know, so I just feel like I wanted to touch bases on that because I just feel like, you know, they need to put a policy in place. Yeah, I know that it's a lot of illegal stuff coming across the border. I absolutely understand that. And that got to be controlled. Any and everybody can't just come across the border. But I think it's going to have to be some type of resolution for the people that's here. And that's already working and established itself. You know, so, you know, that's just my thoughts on the border and just the policies that Trump got in place. And like I said, I don't know, Kamala Harris, even if she becomes president, she probably would implement some type of laws to block the border off because the border is getting a little out of control. That's definitely understandable. But I mean, if any of you guys ever in Napa, California, St. Helena, Sonoma County, Sonoma, you know, when you come out here, man, and you see all these vineyards, it's definitely a pretty area. You know, they got a lot of beautiful restaurants. I'm pretty sure it got a lot of wine tasting areas, you know, just to come out and get something to eat and taste wine. For people that's wine lovers and really enjoy drinking authentic wine, I'm pretty sure you can come to the Napa Valley area and it definitely has something to accommodate you. You know, I definitely understand that, but it just surprised me, you know, when she made the statement that if they were to eliminate a lot of the Latinos, whether they're legal or illegal, if they were to get them out of California, the wine industry would collapse. You know, so that's a tough scenario, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to bring that up. But like I say, Trump definitely got other policies that I really like. When you talk about the economy, you know, just his financial knowledge. Kamala Harris, she more, you know, she's trying to get the Abortion Act passed for women. I really like, you know, Kamala Harris, she definitely supports women. And she's going to put a lot of policies in place that will help women. You know, so it's like if you look at what Donald Trump wants to happen when he's president, and you look at what Kamala Harris wants to happen when she's president, we almost can use both of the policies that they're trying to put in place. Because Kamala Harris definitely has some policies that Donald Trump is not looking at, and Donald Trump definitely has some policies that Kamala Harris is not looking at. So both candidates definitely are trying to implement something that the American public can respect and appreciate. But you know, I guess that's enough on the border and the labor that it takes to produce the wine. I see a lot of people is not really too fond of that. You know, I understand. You know, I'm a Trump supporter. I understand that we need the wall at the border. I want Trump to put the wall up, but at the same time, I kind of was just riding through the Napa Valley area, and I just saw all the work that needs to get done to produce that wine. And I definitely thought to myself that, eliminating a lot of those Latinos would definitely hurt the industry. And, I want to say shout out to my boy FBI Bot. I'm pretty sure you guys can see in the comments I have a moderator, so if you get in the chat and, you're getting beside yourself, FBI Bot, he makes the rules there. He's my moderator. I don't have to say anything no more. He gets on there and he does what he do. So he making the rules. If he's in a bad mood and he's being unfair, you just have to accept it. If he's in a good mood and he lets you just say whatever you want to say, then he's just in a good mood. But I can guarantee you FBI Bot is doing his job. And if you're jumping in them chats, getting beside yourself, he looks like, from what I see, he'll give you a warning the first time. But after that, he's definitely going to put you on punishment. Be careful, man. I got a good moderator in there, FBI Bot. Shout out to FBI Bot. He's solid. But let's get back to the topic at hand. So we definitely was talking about Donald Trump and the border reform that he's trying to put in place. I'm heading back to the warehouse. I just got off work. I had a long day today in Napa Valley, like I said. But, I'm still for Trump. I love Donald Trump 2024. Now, let's talk about Kamala Harris. Because, the Democratic Party, the one thing I say about the Democratic Party is when you're talking about Medicare and Medicaid and stuff like that, the Democratic Party, they've always held down the lower class community when it comes to medical, looking out for the seniors, implementing a lot of programs that help in the inner city. I can't say that the Democratic Party don't do that. And when you're talking about the stimulus, when we were going through COVID, I'm pretty sure a lot of us appreciated that extra money. I feel like Kamala Harris, she's going to be basically sort of exactly what we expect out the Democratic Party. They're going to help the lower class community. They're going to try to fix the economy. The interest rates are a lot higher. And Kamala Harris, she's basically, she understands what the job is at hand that need to be done. She definitely understands that. She's been with Biden going for 4 years. She absolutely seen how Biden runs stuff. I mean, do we think Biden been slacking or did he do good? I hear a lot of people talking about Biden, but I feel like Biden did an okay job. It wasn't perfect. Joe Biden was not perfect at all as the president and his presidential candidate as a candidate, but at the same time, Biden did all right. It wasn't nothing major going on. You could really say the war happened under his watch, and that was understandable. But Kamala Harris, the war is getting down to the last end of it. We haven't really been seeing a lot on the news about the war, so I'm not really too. I think that the war is going to go on and die off. And then Kamala Harris, if she does win, she's going to go in office. She has a clean slate. The economy is pretty decent. Unemployment is not that bad. Now, one thing she's going to have to figure out is that inflation. The inflation is real high, so Kamala Harris is going to have to figure that part out. But overall, I think she can do a great job. I'm not going to say she can't. And it's a lot of women that's going to support Kamala Harris because they feel like she's going to have their best interests at hand. And can that tip the scales for the Democrats? I don't know. But I know she got Oprah Winfrey backing her. She got the Obamas backing her. She got the Clintons backing her. She got a lot of people that's household names. And I believe that, when you're trying to build people's trust, sometimes it's a lot easier to build their trust if you meet them through somebody they already know. You know what I mean? So I feel like Oprah Winfrey is just it's just gonna be tough for Donald Trump with Oprah Winfrey supporting Kamala Harris. Because the only person that I can say that's been a celebrity that's actually went on TV and supported Donald Trump was Elon Musk. The founder of Tesla. He was basically the only one that stood front and center and put his money where his mouth is to say he support Donald Trump. you know. But if you look at the Democratic Party is almost full of celebrities. You know, the majority of the Democratic Party, we all know them and they're a household name. So, you know, Donald Trump definitely got some work to do. He got an uphill battle. I believe that Donald Trump is still winning the race right now, but I think Kamala Harris is creeping on him, and he has to somehow keep her back because, you know, Kamala Harris is gaining traction. I mean, the Democratic Party definitely have a lot of people that's backing them, and it's going to be tough for Donald Trump to keep them back if he cannot get his traction back. You know, because, you know, let's go back a little while when Donald Trump and Joe Biden had that debate. You know, Joe Biden, he was really struggling, you know, for his thoughts and lost for words and stuff like that. And he was, you could really see his age start to play on him a little bit because he was getting asked questions that he needed a quick response. He needed to be sharp. His questions needed to, you know, rally the troops behind him and some people in the American public that was doubting Joe Biden. You know, it was people that's doubting Joe Biden coming into this election. And, you know, Joe Biden, he needed to get into that debate, and he really needed to win it. You know, with him and Donald Trump needed to go word for word. He needed to be sharper. He needed to be faster to the punch. He needed to outdo Donald Trump in that debate, and he didn't. You know, when Joe Biden left that debate, you know, everybody saw where he was lacking. You know, he was lost for words, stumbling over his words, looked like he was getting forgetful, losing his frame of thought. It was a lot of things that Joe Biden did in that debate. And when they left that debate, Donald Trump exploited that. He exploited that. He went to his first interview and exploited that. You know, and a lot of analysts agreed with him. You know, a lot of people that watched Joe Biden in that debate agreed with Donald Trump that Joe Biden has lost a step. He was stumbling over his words. He just didn't look as sharp. And a lot of people said his age was playing a part in it. So after Donald Trump exploited that, you can sit back and look at how the race was going. It looked like Donald Trump was going to win that with a landslide. If Joe Biden would have kept going forward, never put Kamala Harris as a candidate, and he stayed president, she stayed VP, and they pushed their ticket, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, against Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, I believe Donald Trump was going to win that by a landslide. He was going to win that by a landslide. But what Joe Biden did was, and his team did, they saw that. They saw how much that boosted Donald Trump in the lead for the presidential race. And the best thing they thought they could do for the Democratic Party was have Joe Biden bow out, put Kamala Harris on the ticket, and get her a new VP, and try to re-spark the enthusiasm into the Democratic Party. So, you know, I feel like, so now that's where we at in this presidential election. We have Kamala Harris with her new candidate as VP, and you have Donald Trump with his VP, J.D. Vance. Now, when we look at the VPs, Kamala Harris went and got that guy out of Minnesota. If I'm not mistaken, he's a senator out of Minnesota or a governor, one of the two. You know, this guy got a NASA background. He has a military background. If I'm not mistaken, I think J.D. Vance, he just comes from I think J.D. Vance is just like an attorney or a mayor or something like that. So I feel like out of the vice presidents, I feel like Kamala Harris is a better vice president right now. But I feel like Donald Trump is a better candidate for presidency. So I believe that's why the race is tightening up. But I can guarantee you this, when they came out of the presidential debate, Joe Biden and Donald Trump was pushing forward and winning that by a landslide. Now that they put Kamala Harris with a new VP in there, it kind of really sparked the interest for the Democratic Party. And I feel like they've been kind of resurrected to the point where it's a lot of enthusiasm from the American public from what could go forward with Kamala Harris in office. You know, a lot of the women are enthusiastic about it. You have the black racists enthusiastic about it. You know, the first black woman president, which everybody is doubting the fact that Kamala Harris is black. You know, that, you know, because it's not really a lot of nationalities that have skin at birth. You know, Indians, they aren't white. They're sort of a brown-skinned culture of people. Dominicans, they have a little color to their skin. You know, and you got Indians and Africans do have color to their skin. I will say that, but you know, they're doubting her nationality. You know, they feel like Kamala Harris is not black, and she's only riding the black ticket because she's going for the presidency. I definitely understand that. You know, that's definitely a good argument. You know, but at the same time, if she's not black, we can at least say she attracted to black men. You know, because he was talking to the mayor from San Francisco years ago, and he was black. You know, she was talking to Montel Williams. He was a famous black late night talk show host years ago, and Montel Williams, he had a big show back in the day. You know, this guy's not no average Joe. You know, so we know from Kamala Harris' past history that she have dated black men. You know, so right there, that could be a sign of her trying to stay grounded with her roots. Is, you know, if she feels she was Indian and she was not black, it's crazy how she's venturing over and dating black men at a high level. You know, so she must relate to something about black men if Kamala Harris is dating black men. So, you know, I just feel like Kamala Harris, she's not 100% black because everybody see her mother is Indian, but I definitely believe she has some black blood in her body, you know, and I'll give her that much, you know. Now, will that win over the black vote? I mean, if you go to the black community and you talk to some of our older black women, they definitely gonna say they back in Kamala Harris 100%. You know, I'll definitely admit that. You know, you go to the black community all over the United States, these older black women, you know, second Kamala Harris jumped on that ticket, she had their vote. You know, it was going to be no way these older black women was going to hear, you know, that this could be the first black woman president of the United States history, and they're not going to vote for this lady. Because they want to be part of history. They want to see history get made. You know, and a lot of people is like that. You know, so Kamala Harris, she has a lot of things going for her that Donald Trump is going to have to overcome. You know, and one of them is he has to overcome that his candidate that he's up against is a woman. You know, and then the next one he has to go up against, that if she wins the presidential election, it will make history. So that's two things Donald Trump has to overcome. The third thing is he's going up against a black woman. You know, so all of these things I'm naming is cementing votes to a certain extent. It's not cementing every vote, but by Kamala Harris being a woman, and she win the presidential election, it'll make history, and she's black, it's going to give her a certain amount of votes no matter what, just off that. You know, now, if she can get up there and rally the troops, she can sell herself to the American public, and she can talk about some policies that a lot of people are interested in, it's going to be kind of tough for Donald Trump. It's going to be kind of tough, man, because, you know, it's a lot of people voting for Trump because of his celebrity status. There's a lot of people that really like Trump. You know, Trump is one of those guys that you're going to love it or hate him. You know, he's just one of those guys. Either you're going to love him or you're going to hate him. You know, and that's Donald Trump, you know. And he's going to say some stuff that's questionable. You know, Donald Trump is just one of those type of guys. You know, he's going to say stuff that's questionable. He's going to definitely, you know, Donald Trump is definitely going to ruffle some feathers. You know, he's going to do that when he's talking. You know, he's going to shoot shots at people. And he's going to go off script sometimes. Donald Trump is not one of those presidential candidates that you give him three, four pieces of paper for his speech, and he talks just really off the paper. He's just not one of those guys. So, will Donald Trump ruffle some feathers? Absolutely. Will he make some people dislike him? Absolutely. Is he beneficial for the country? He's most definitely beneficial for the country. So that's why I'm voting for Donald Trump. I'm a Donald Trump supporter. 2024, Donald Trump. We going all the way to the White House with this. I definitely see Donald Trump winning this election by a landslide. I believe that the news outlets and the media outlets are lying about the race being a lot closer than what it is. I believe Donald Trump is ahead by a long shot, and I believe that they're just telling us that Kamala Harris is somewhat in this race because they want the race to look interesting. But I believe the night of the election, we're truly going to see that Donald Trump was winning this election. I believe he's going to win it by at least a 55-45 or a 60-40 margin. I really do. I think he's going to win this election easily. Donald Trump is going to win this easily. Shout out to everybody who's watching my channel. This is the Aaron L Show. Please like, comment, subscribe. The likes really help the channel. If you don't want to subscribe, I appreciate it if you just put a like on the channel. It helps the algorithms, help the channel to have more reach. If you do like the channel and you want to subscribe, I really appreciate you very much. And, I'm just talking about the presidential election. I talked about the border. I talked about I'm at work right now, so today I worked in the Napa Valley. I talked about how valuable the Latino community is to the wine industry. And I wouldn't see how Donald Trump would be able to get a lot of the Latinos out of California without hurting the wine and the produce industry. I believe he would hurt the wine and the produce industry, and it would cripple it to where it probably wouldn't be able to come back for a while. I'm just giving my opinion about a lot of things. I gave my opinion about Kamala Harris, why I think that a lot of people will vote for her, why she's going to be a tough out for Donald Trump, given the fact that she's a woman, she's black, and she would make history if she wins the election. I believe that those are three things that's going to make it an uphill battle for Donald Trump. Kamala Harris is a woman, she's black, and if she wins the election, it will make history. Because one thing about America, a lot of people want to be part of history. If she wins, it's going to be a lot of people that want to say they voted for her. They were able to help push her over the hump. Will she win? I doubt it. I feel like Donald Trump is going to win by a landslide. I just said that, and I'm definitely a Donald Trump supporter, I'm just here to support Donald Trump, help him build traction. Maybe some people that's African American can kind of look at me supporting Trump and say that, I don't have to feel some type of way about voting for Trump. It's my decision. I don't have to worry about no backlash. I don't worry about backlash on my channel for voting for Trump. If I like Donald Trump as a presidential candidate, that's my decision. My decision only. If I wanted to vote for Kamala Harris, it would be my decision and my decision only. I just like Donald Trump because, to be honest, he was president before. I'm just one of those type of guys that like everything to stay the same. I really don't like to shake up too much. I feel like Biden did an okay job. I can't really talk bad on Biden like that. He did what he could given the circumstances. When he became president, America was just coming out of COVID. It was kind of tough to kind of get the ball rolling for him. I feel like with his 4 years, he only had with Joe Biden, with his 4 years, I feel like Biden only had maybe about 2 years of, really able to implement things that he wanted to implement. So, in reality, Biden or Donald Trump didn't get a fair shake during their presidency. Their presidency wasn't smooth like Obama's. Obama, he had 8 years of smooth presidency. It wasn't no COVID. The country didn't get shut down. It wasn't a lot going on. He was just, implementing his policies and pointing the country in a direction he felt it should go in. He didn't have to deal with the American public getting sick from a virus. He didn't deal with the country being shut down, travel bans in place. You know, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, they had to deal with a whole lot during their presidency. So I feel like neither one of them actually got a fair shake, and that's just my opinion. So I feel like this next presidential candidate is going to have more of a fair shot at really implementing the rules that they want to put in place for the American public and the policies they want to put in place. You know, because if you think about it, Donald Trump had 4 years in office. The first two were pretty decent, and then the last two was COVID. You know, and then he lost his reelection bid, and then Joe Biden came in office, and he dealt with about a year and a half or 2 years of COVID, and then he dealt back with the rebuilding of us after COVID, pre-COVID. So in reality, you got to think Joe Biden had to deal with basically COVID and then pulling us out of COVID his whole election. So we can't really look at Joe Biden too bad and judge him because he had to deal with a lot of adversity during his presidential campaign, you know, and I understand that. So Kamala Harris, I feel like she would have like a better bid, you know, if she wins the presidential election, or you know, if Donald Trump was able to be reelected for his second term in office. I feel like it'll be a lot smoother for him this time. Definitely a lot smoother. And I feel like we will really see what Donald Trump is able to do. I feel like this is going to be a wild ride. You know, once Donald Trump gets in office, it's going to be time to make some money, man. You know, and if you don't make your money off these next 4 years with Donald Trump in office, then you're going to struggle. You know, you definitely going to struggle because I believe the economy is going to do a 360. Second Donald Trump get in office, the economy is going to do a 360 and everything is going to be popping and doing real good for the next 4 years. And I believe that, you know, I wanted to ask a question, right? I know a president only can serve as president for 8 years. But if Donald Trump won, then he lost and he win again. I guess this time, even if he wins the election, he will not be able to be the president again. I think this will be just, if Donald Trump wins this election, it's 4 years and 4 years only. Excuse me, guys. I got a fire with a cigarette. I'm almost back to my warehouse. I want to hit this cigarette a couple of times. Yeah, so if Donald Trump is able to win the election, he's only going to be able to be president for 4 years. So he's not even going to have a re-election chance. So we only going to get 4 years of Trump. So, you know, we're going to have to, like I say, I believe the economy is going to do a 360 when Trump gets in office. I believe everybody need to buckle their seatbelts. You know, if you're on a YouTube channel, if you have a small business, if you're doing anything like that, I believe everything is going to start to get a lot better, a lot faster. And we're going to have 4 years to get it right. Because once it's out of office, because we know Trump is unorthodox. You know, Trump don't do things how they want it done. So Trump is going to put a lot of things in place that they're not going to want there. And second he get out of office, they're going to change it. So that's why I feel like when Trump gets in office, it's going to be a 4-year run of the economy, of making money, and everything getting a lot better. And then when the next candidate come in after Trump, Trump's only going to be able to do a 4-year and done. He's not going to be able to be reelected because he's already been president once. So, you know, that next candidate that come in, they're definitely going to change a lot of the rules Trump put in because he's unorthodox. Trump is going to go in there and do stuff the way he want to do it, not the way they feel it should be done. And I feel like the way he's going to do it is going to benefit the American public. It's going to benefit the American public a whole lot. I just made it to my job. I'm going to finish conversating with y'all until I park at the dock. Then I got to hurry up because I got to get to my son's scrimmage. you know. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm thankful for everybody who watched my live, man. I appreciate y'all. You know, without y'all, I wouldn't even be on live. You know, it would wear me down a little bit, kind of talking, and I'm just noticing no one is watching. That's kind of tough for anybody who's trying to build their channel. So I really appreciate you guys. I think maybe on my payday, what I would do is I'm probably gonna give like a raffle, you know, to some of my subscribers, people who always stick with me. You know, I'll have them send me their cash app. I'm definitely gonna pay FBI bot. I'm definitely gonna cash app him probably $25. I don't even know him, but you know, he saw my channel and he asked could he be the moderator. I don't know if he wanted to be the moderator out of entertainment or you know have something to do, or he liked being a moderator. He could be a moderator on multiple channels, but I just appreciate him being my moderator, kind of keeping the comments to a minimum, keep people at bay. He not, you know, that's why I like him because I don't even know FBI bot. You know, shout out to FBI bot. I met him in the comments on one of my lives. But you know, he got immediately became the moderator. You know, and he's not being funny about it. You know, if someone comes in and they're trolling, he gives them a warning. You know, if they come in trolling again, he tell them that's their last time. And if they do it again, he throw them in the goo. You know, and he's doing it fair. You know, so shout out to FBI bot. I'm definitely I'm gonna have a raffle for my subscribers. Probably just anybody who's watching my live. It's probably gonna be on a weekend. I'm gonna probably give $25 out to 4 people. I'm not rich. I don't make money off this channel. I'm not even monetized. But you have to be a subscriber to the channel to receive the $25. You're gonna have to send me your email, and inside your email, I will hit you from my email, and then you would hit me back with your cash app or whatever you want to hit me with, and I'll send the 25 to you. I'm gonna do it for 4 people, and it's just a way for me to show my appreciation to people, and to get a whole bunch of subscribers for people who chasing that 25. Now, do I might let FBI bot pick the people. Give me a second, y'all. I'm backing up to this guy. All right, that's a good shot. I'm in there. Let me read the comments. Let me read some of these comments before I go. My live. Okay, so let's read some comments. I would be honored if you would take the time to search faceless portraits no more. If you like what you hear, please like, comment, share. Thank you. Say no more to this. Okay, I done froze. I don't know why my channel was froze. I'm losing subscribers. I'm still here, you guys. My channel was just frozen. I was trying to read the comments. Yeah, I am frozen. YouTube polls aren't official. Trump in, Trump down. I feel like Trump got a better shake than Biden. So you definitely didn't like how COVID changed everything. We need a president that's deaf, isn't in walking distance. These guys are too old to run the country. Okay, so a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. People forget how bad it was before COVID. For me, it's not race. It's about keeping America wealth here for us. Yeah, everybody had a lot of stuff to say. FBI bot was pushing his agenda. Hate and facts are 2 different things. Hate. JD Vance is an everyday American. No hate. FBI bot KW2. Okay. I agree, Stan. Okay, FBI bot was definitely in the comments talking to people. No need to put them in timeout if they're going to leave themselves. Yeah, exactly. By Minecraft. Okay, so FBI bot, he definitely had a good time in the comments. FBI bot, that's my guy. I'm definitely rocking with FBI bot. W2 Minecraft. No hate. It is the truth. How about we talk about the truth, bro? Uh, Biden was fighting an uphill battle, though.
What if we get hurt? It's about culture, preservation, Minecraft. Okay, I'll say Minecraft. Europeans aren't want to go over there. Okay, so everybody had a good time in the chats. I don't know why my channel is down right now.